Okay, let's practice, I guess. I haven't really practiced today. Kind of faked practicing for 30 minutes or so. That doesn't cut it, right? Played something earlier, I forgot what it was. I think we were doing something in E minor. Got some issues with my pedal. It's always good to blame. I actually could have put in the key in chordy. We are very diatonic in what? F major. We didn't really hear that much of the major part of it. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Just some mechanics. One legato and then the staccato trill. Like we go one step legato, then we do staccato twice. Just do all the steps from Bros. The natural minor, the harmonic, and the melodic. Nah, but that step we probably shouldn't play twice. Not so sure about it. What mode would that be? probably Phrygian, right? What's wrong with this pedal? Come on. Yeah, that's A Phrygian, alright. Shifting into what? Minor flat 7. Could play the 6. Just the inversion. Where do I take this from? Probably partially making it up, but it kinda is a tritone sub, isn't it? Weird. Never thought about it like this. How well does the low Korean and the minor blues scale work together? I'm thinking. Well, that's the minor blues. And that's E Locrian. They should kind of work kind of okay together. They're sharing a lot of note material. What did I say? Did we want to play? We wanted to play E half diminished, kind of. What? What do we need to do to diminish it completely? Yes. Just flat to 7. Shit, sorry. Maybe just go back to D minor. I like that half diminished thing. Oh, sloppy. Hey, what's happening there? Also not the best register to do this, but it was one off to the right. But I don't feel like playing today at all. Another recording. There's no metronome. I think I'm going to bed. Useless today. Nah, nah, nah. What is the blues scale that I really want to play? Ah. Damn it. What's that? E? But one octave too high. Yeah, no, I will not attempt to play stride piano in the next 40 years. So, next life we do stride piano. When we have bigger hands. And hopefully a bigger brain too. That's not right, come on. I like the one. That it comes from the melodic and the harmonic minor. Like that would be D major, D minor. That's melodic, that's harmonic, and we're mixing them. Hey there, how's it going? Did you already stop streaming? I kinda joined late. Yeah, but I don't think for long. Like, I saw your message, and then I said, oh, cool. Because I didn't really feel too much like practice today. Haven't really slept too much. I streamed like 30 minutes earlier. Then my sister called, and I used that to not practice. Also, I didn't talk to her that often recently, so had to talk anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I was very happy when you said, hey, come join the stream, because if you hadn't written that, I probably would have practiced the whole time, not feeling like it. But like, I'm trying to fix my schedule, kind of the thing that we're talking about, like just trying to do the good that we can do, like trying to smoke less, trying to do better self-parenting, trying to put myself to bed. Come on, little hubby, tomorrow's another day. Don't eat all the candy today. Then you have candy tomorrow. You might. Yeah, I think actually that's it for me today. I think I'm gonna make tea, then I will smoke a last cigarette for the day because I can't just stop immediately, or I tell myself, but I'm actually really trying to cut down. Alrighty. Yeah, I think I'm off today. I don't know. My hands can kind of play, but my heart's not in it today. Sometimes it's worse when your heart's in it, but your hands are not there. That's actually worse. Like if you don't feel that motivated, but your body kind of does an okay job, okay, cool. Then you can practice, but when you can't practice because the hands are too clunky, addiction is the most powerful thing. Whatever it may be. Doesn't even need to be a substance. Could be a habit. Could be a habit. Yeah. Like at least something. At least something. I wanted to look at something else today. That is not even super important or practical. The thing, also, it's just pseudo intellectual games. If it doesn't sound right, it just doesn't sound right. Something about a concept of negative harmony, where you consider kind of mirror axis and you kind of invert chords. I'm not quite sure how far I got with that. And also, like I said, it's just maybe interesting to think about this for a day or so, and then you just let that go, because all you need is a blues scale. This sometimes reminds me a little bit of some Georgia stuff, but somehow in a minor context. What would that have to be if it was Georgia? Probably, maybe we just invert this somehow. Not really inverted, but now we have a major 6. You play the major blues. Same notes, different start. What could we also play if we can play the major blues? Where's our diminished six? What would that be? It would be F major plus what? Plus probably this one. That's okay, I guess. That's not right, is it? See? My brain is not there. What is the right chord? That's so silly. Major 6. The next one should be what? My brain is really not there. Couldn't be that hard, can it? Major 6 diminished. Oh my, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nah. No way. But why? Maybe I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can't count. That was the problem. I forgot. I can't count. I shouldn't even count. I got ears. It is so shameful with these bots. I wish there was a day when a platform like Twitch and YouTube will automatically ban anyone, any entity that tries to advertise for bot views. It's the scum of the earth. Okay, there's worse scum, but it's hella annoying. Hold up, I gotta block you. Like all the other myriad of copies, I feel like fighting the Borg. Resistance is futile. Resistance is futile. You will be assimilated. We will get the imprint of your consciousness and make a very cheap clone. And we're gonna sell it to you. And you will buy it. It's gonna happen. See, I talk smack. Time for me to go to bed. Because I have actually, like, I'm not super crazy about political correctness. I think there's room where you can be funny, but if you're like a politician, an educator, somebody, a public spokesperson, you are supposed to be political correct because your words have that much more gravity. But I think actually anyone to some extent should try to improve on the quality of speech, and not the quality of speech, on what we say. I remember when we were speaking yesterday, and I think your brother made a remark like, think about it, if now I would be playing, I don't know, hardcore gangster rap or something else, and it would be like really evil lyrics, just saying like, it was in the context with the documentary about the water, was like that if you play just hateful music, I'm gonna kill you, I hate you, on a subconscious level, you will incorporate these lyrics and these beliefs, whatever that may be, and it will just get, yeah, you marinate in that. Or there was another one, I'm not quite sure who it was. Maybe it was Bob Marley or someone famous, but many have said it in similar ways, like, words are not just words, and especially not the words of a song. If a song is just somewhat successful, it will be sung by many people. What is a reoccurring theme? A gathering of a body of people that chant the very same thing. it is a mantra. And I have to look up who it was. He was saying like, lyrics are not just mere lyrics. They are mantras. They become true to some extent. Maybe we don't have to be going into some supernatural or metaphysical realm, but it does have a certain effect. Like, I remember the time when I really got into jazz and more classical music. That was when I was in my last years of high school and I needed to study for my final exams. And the better my English got, the more I actually understood what the fuck they were saying. And I was thinking like, while I do love me some Big L, that is some unhealthy stuff. I know it is exaggerated, and for some reason, because I really still love Big L. I really do still love Big L. But in the meantime, there's really a handful of like gangster rap that I still can listen to, where I can make a separation of, okay, this I can also look at it just from an art perspective. And this person is just so amazing with words and the poetry that this portrayal of the street life, the glorification of violence and crime and all what is connected with it, that it is like more of a cynical and absolutely overdrawn description of it. But then there are also a lot of other artists. Sometimes I'm not quite sure if I'm just choosing by my own sympathy and bias, because I let it slide for those I think are cool and that flow. But if somebody's spitting horribly, or if it's some random auto-tune, sometimes I do like auto-tune. Like I have no issues with auto-tune on principle. But you know, like very generic music, then I'm thinking, no, it's not okay. These people have a bad impact on the mental health of society. They try to escape from the hood by selling false promises and lies and glorification to very uneducated youth that tries to mimic their lifestyle and thinks it's a viable or just really the only option. And it's a weird circle. And I think, I don't know. It's a difficult and sensitive topic. But one thing I like a lot, also to some extent, like I consider Big Al, for instance, also to be not just a gangster rapper. He has tracks where he's really, it is just ridiculous. Sorry, like I don't know how much you're into hip hop, but like I got big love for Big Al. He was outrageously funny. I don't know how often I've been listening to lyrics from Big Al, who is another good friend of mine I've been working with for a very long time when I was still chefing. And we've been listening to Big Al years in the kitchen. Also other stuff, reggae, Bob Marley, Wu-Tang, a whole lot of Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep. Like, if you are a gangster rapper, please do be conscious. Because if you're not just glorifying it, if you're telling it how it is, I think that's fair. But if you are making a profit, trying to imprint this false life strategy of escaping your own misery by doing this kind of art, which I think is also to some, yeah, I got my tinfoil hat, but I think to some extent a lot of the popular music we listen to today that has, if we are looking at it from a moral perspective, that does certainly have a negative impact. That it is also not just the artist that makes that, it is a label. I've heard people speak like, it sounds like just, what is it called? Conspiracy theory. But the older I got more interested actually in music business and celebrity talk and whatnot. Like, I'm not the kind of guy who was like hearing it through the grapevine or whatever, or hearsay, but also was the Biggie case and whatnot. Like, I kind of had a little revelation, like, because like I'm born 86. I mean, what do I really know? What can I verify? I don't know, not a lot. But I've been listening to a lot of people. I've been listening to Jaguar Wright. I've been listening to a lot of interviews. I've been looking at stuff from the past, Cat Williams, so many things. And people have been talking about this issue for long times. And if I just come to think about that, a majority of all the celebrity stars that I've grown up with have been somehow connected, either being victims or voluntary or involuntary accomplices in human trafficking, sex, and meta conspiracy. Like, you would think must be purely fictional, or you had to be on something to think that is true. But that shit has accumulated. And even if 99% of all that is false, that 1%, oh my goodness, that is a whole lot of shit already. Like, I don't know. It's a wild time to be alive. Always has been. And also what you said earlier on your podcast, like, now and where I am is always the right place to be. I may not like it where I am right now, but maybe that is the best thing to look at. That is where I start to do the work. Now, conscious rap for real. That's also why I love Wu-Tang so much. Like, and Wu-Tang is for the children. Could they have that motherfucker less? Yeah, for sure. And kind of, sometimes I like swearing, and sometimes it's funny. That's what I mean. Like, it depends on context. If I'm hanging out with my boys, can we make an innuendo joke? Yeah, sure. But can we truly be sexist and demeaning? No. We can be a joke. But also, there's a very tiny pass where if you are making like insensitive jokes frequently, what does that actually tell you? Or what does that tell your subconsciousness? If I'm ridiculing something that I know should not be ridiculed, what am I conditioning myself for? I'm conditioning myself for accepting the disrespect or the wrong treatment. It is a very observed thing about, like, say workplace scenario. You have a group of people, they are on coffee break. A group of men, to make it even more stereotypical. A group of men is taking a break, drinking coffee, and a young, attractive coworker steps by. They carry on the conversation, but when she's almost out of earshot, the alpha kind of makes her somewhat sexist but tasteless regard. And those with worse ears or with less moral scruples, or those that may want to show sympathy for the alpha, they will laugh. Like, there is so many documents where you see like, say, a dictator, somebody who is in power. He makes a terrible joke, and the whole boardroom will laugh. Let the janitor make the same joke. Nobody will laugh. They will look at him as if he had no right to even breathe in that room, let alone to utter a single word unless spoken to. Like, where's your ID? I've never seen you here. I'm ranting. One day I'm gonna write a book. I know what I'm gonna title it. They should have never told me how to read and write. I might use that shit for something. Now, but I kind of switched to notes. I got tired of talking. I know it doesn't really sound like that. I'm talking all the time. I know. Believe me, I wish I would shut up one day. I'm not sure if I'm practicing or talking. Maybe I'm practicing talking. I don't know, how familiar are you all with Big Al? Those knowing Big Al, raise their hands. Maybe we have some work to do. Or who I love maybe even more is Mobb Deep. Like Mobb Deep is so deep in my soul. So deep in my soul. Like, give up the goods. Like, hanging with the homies don't pay the bills. So many lines. For years I've been doing the same shit. Sitting on a park bench. What was that? How can I not have this line? Hold up. Like, Mobb Deep is too good. Like, it is gold. It didn't even need to rhyme, but it rhymes and they got the beat and they got the flow. For years I've been doing the same shit. Drinking liquor, doing biz. Fuck. Sitting on the park bench, drinking liquor, doing biz, extorting crackheads and sticking up the stick-up kids. Like, these kids had grimy lives. Or having cash is highly addictive, especially when you're used to have no money to live with. Or the track from Big Al, How Will I Make It? The other line of the title, I Won't, That's How. Like, that's also some Grim Reaper shit. Like, because, you know, I like the idea that we should try, if we feel desperate, to look also on the bright side. But I also was the same thing that you were talking about on your channel, was that thing about how do you lift somebody up who feels disconnected from humanity, from himself, who feels ugly, undeserving, not up to the expectations he has set for himself, his parents, whatever. How can we lift that person up and get him out of that? Well, that person needs therapy first. But actually, I think the ultimate goal is not to think there must be another human being that can do that for you. If there is this void, nothing will be ever able to fill it. I don't say everybody has to become a hermit, but if you just accept that you kind of ought to have all these things in order to be happy, then you have written this code. Unless these criteria have been met, this threshold of this has been achieved, I must not feel happy, then it becomes the self-fulfilling prophecy and you cannot feel happy. And that's crazy. I really have to first think also, there's no guarantee on nothing. Do good for doing good in and of itself. I made the remark, I think today or yesterday, like, the thing like about hypocrisy, like donate in private, you know, or like back in the days when religion and state was much more tight across the board on the globe, when you saw world leaders that were also tied with the church because the church was much more powerful. These people have been dictators. Nobody has been further from God most of the time. Yet they show themselves praying in public with the biggest devotion, shedding the biggest tears. Those are just for a very different reason. It's not to do good. It's to look good and to gain from looking good. Oh, I know the point where I wanted to arrive at. Speaking about Big L and that track, How Will I Make It? And the answering part to that later is then, I Won't, That's How. Also, that track has the most fucking funny lyrics ever. Also, he was not the political correctness guy. He just smacked. Seriously. What was that line? I don't know. He was a madman. Exactly, yeah. We have to try, even if we know that we will fail. We have to be willing to fall in love with the process, even if we were to know that process is futile. As long as we know it is what we are supposed to do, which sounds weird, could be anything. Like you give your life meaning in whatever way you deem fit. Mapdi was too good. Or also some other line, what was that from Big L? Staying off the corners might be your best plan before you catch a bullet that was meant for the next man. Oh my God. Staying off the corners might be your best plan before you catch a bullet that was meant for the next man. As you can tell, I'm not a rapper. He was crazy good. Oh my God, like so many incredible lines. But if I think about like gangster rap, where they just rap about bling, smoking weed, buying Jordans and Louis Vuitton, like that is the final straw of life, to have made it and to know that you did well. Oh my God, what shallow emptiness. How can they do that to themselves and to the younger brothers that are trying to flee the hood? How many are broke, looking like they are rich, and these rigid, crooked record companies that are actually glorified loan sharks that are targeting minors with these weird-ass contracts. There's a lot of bad stuff going on. Always has. Always has. Oh my God, Onyx was crazy. Or Group Home. Group Home. Sticky Fingers. You better raise it up. You better raise it up. Blood on my knife. Blood on your eyes. He was crazy. I got flashbacks from Onyx. They were tearing the roof up for sure. Cool. While I was talking, we managed to play not absolute trash all the time. I discovered some new ways for better fingering. That's not a good right chord. Raise it up? Yeah. I don't remember the first time I heard it. It's too long ago. But I remember the energy. It was one of those tracks like in the golden era. It has been played like, and I live in Germany. You have no idea. This track was hot everywhere. It had been played in clubs. It was one of those notorious, like same like Simon Says, bum 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 bum. And do you know one of the saddest stories? do you know that Pharaoh Monk actually didn't make a dime on that track because he sampled from Godzilla? He sampled from Godzilla without asking them, and they sued him for royalties. He didn't make a dime. Like, it was so mean. There was an interview from, I think it was some carpet event or whatever, and he got asked about that thing by, I forgot his name, some other big name producer who, what was his name? But it was so mean because you could see he just taunted him with that. Because everybody knew that story about Pharaoh Monk not having made money on that thing. Yeah, I want to remember who the other big name producer was. Maybe it was DJ Khaled or someone else. Big name. Maybe I think it was Rick Ross. And Rick Ross, I think, was a real bitch about it. He kind of smiled at him while he asked the question he already knew the answer to. It was a little bit nasty. No, but speaking about conscious rap and how the rap nowadays, let me get my tinfoil hat back on. Speaking about conspiracy and shit, a lot of all these lyrics are not by chance. You are maybe familiar with the term industry plant. They are looking for young individuals that look a certain way and that will comply. Often they are in a bad living situation, like trying to escape the fucking hood or other problems, finances, family, whatever. They just cast for somebody who is popular, somebody who their marketing department and whatever agency could screen or describe as a good fit for the next hot it person. Then they will groom that person and they will make them an offer that they cannot deny. And then they got him. They don't write many of their lyrics, no. They don't actually even want to wear all that bling, no. They are obliged to wear that bling. They can't even go shopping with that loan they were given by the record company, no. They must be on a video shoot and they will be told, go to this juveler. We're gonna take that out of the loan we gave you. Once you made your album and you've made all the money and paid back the advance, you're gonna get that back. But also for the time being, you know what would be good? You gotta live there. And then they pay expensive rent. And you know what? They will be going through the charts. They will be seen everywhere. Everybody thinks they will have made it. Another sign of, oh, actually it's not all fucked. Did you see that, brother? Did you see that sister? Look how good she looks with all that bling. She made it. No, she's broke, a marionette, a puppet. Most of these people you see out there, they look like they've made it. So we can keep on believing, feeding the machine. It's just retarded. We are not very smart, you know. We keep telling ourselves the same lullaby we know was a lie, but it makes us fall asleep so nice. Because if we were admitting that we were awake, we would have to do something about that awful dream, right? Maybe we actually have to live up to our obligations that we know are not just mere wordings, but that are truly there, like calling to do right by us, by whatever is, however we want to describe that, May it be God, existence, whatever. It doesn't matter. Not everything needs a word. We keep throwing them around, especially me. That it was the rant of the day. Welcome, brothers and sisters. But actually, to try to dial a little bit back and to be a little bit more serious, I try not to swear and curse so much because it is really not necessary. I mean, sometimes it can be fun, but I think it is the same with the mantra and with anything. If I listen to gangster rap and death metal 24/7, I can be very sure at the end of the day, I won't feel so well. Why? Because I have collected and surrounded myself with negative energy. That's just like, I don't say heavy metal is bad or rap is bad. I'm speaking like of very graphical, descriptive lyrics. I'm not judging a genre. I'm not judging shit. I'm sure you know what I mean. I'm making up this fingering again. I want to be more consistent with this fingering. Shit. Yeah. Not faster than your brain. You must play. If your brain chases your hands, the music cannot become. You all know who that was. That was all the inner Master Yoda, the muse, telling us to slow the hell down when we practice. That is the time to play slow. That was not the nicest chord to stop with, I think. You know what? I want to give you some nice major chords. Let's have some nice, healthy major chords to say goodnight. Or whatever you're going to do the rest of your day. For me, it's night. It should be in my bed. But again, I had coffee because the self-parenting is a tricky thing. What's next? We have so many choices. Maybe I can think about my choices if I would shut up. Oh, there it is. Uh-oh. That's not right. That's not right. It's not wrong, but it's not right. But it's not too good. It's better. So what do we have? Nothing too fancy. We play D flat, major, B minor, and we kind of play a kind of gospel-y blues. Ba-da-ba-dum-ba. Everybody knows it, right? What? Hold on. I lost it. Da-ba-bum-bum-bum. I will follow him. Da-da-da-da-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da. Yeah, follow him. Ba-ba-bum-bum-bum. I think you all heard that. I'm kind of sure. Something is not right about this. Bora bora bo. That's not the right rhythm. Okay, we should change in something not too far away. I played these changes last night. Hold up. I can't remember what. Okay, let's do this one time. What do we have? So we have some different parts. We have this blues lick that you can just do like kind of just doing them this typical blues thing, you know. But what other ways would be there? That's not the right blues scale, my friend. That's the wrong. Sorry, I'm playing a little bit tasteless. Just try to find the right notes quick. Hold up. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Ich weiß nicht, ob ihr den My brain just started talking German. I was like, ich weiß nicht, ob ihr den Regen hören könnt. I was saying like, I don't know if you can hear the rain in the background. Brian is really gone. Actually, it happens more often that I want to speak German and I speak English than the other way around. It's weird. say, don't you know? Don't you know? Yeah. Hold up. We lost something. What was it? Change again. I played. Don't you know? Don't you know that we are all? Don't you know? Ah, shit. Don't you know that we are all? That we are all, but that we are all, but God damn it, that we are all, that we are all, that we are all but one. God damn it, I lost the changes. Don't you know? I said, don't you? I said, don't you know? Ba-da-ba-da-bum. Don't you know? Oh. Don't you know? What's wrong with my paddle? It wants to escape. You stay here. Kinda need you. Okay, now we're strictly diatonic, but to give these chords a little bit more feel, let's move our chord in the right hand 3 to the right. So we start on F minor. And what do we put in the bass? Put D flat in the bass, gives us D flat major 7. And that way we can walk kind of like really nicely, doing nothing. But I think it sounds really good. I like these voicings. Especially I really like major 7s a lot. I like them all, but a major 7 is such a healthy chord. Always feels like grounding. In major. That is. Don't you know? Don't you know? I could go from major 7 to hold up. Don't you know? Oh, that is not possible, my friend. Don't you know? Don't you know? We can't use that. It's an interesting chord, minor major 7. Not that often. Yeah, say don't you know? Haven't you heard? Haven't you heard? And you can really easily appreciate it and kind of make simple chords, but also little melodic stuff. Like, I love playing a simple triad with pedal as an arpeggio and then landing on the neighboring note, either down or up. Like, so we do the full arpeggio, like. I really like these. Ooh, that was bad. Oh, lost the pedal, slipped off the keys. Not so sure what I'm doing here now. Switching some blues scales. Don't you know? And what am I thinking? Tracking? I'm just talking all half of the time. I'm not even singing. Don't even know what to think. Oh. Don't you know? Oh. Don't you? Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Follow him down a mountain, and the nice thing is about this little lick, you can play it anywhere in the pentatonic. And the beauty is, like, now we can do it hitting D flat, or we could do it in, we could either target the 1, or we could target the 4. We could also target the 5, but it doesn't sound as good, I find. That's somehow different. I can't quite explain why. Okay, I think no way. It's not the same. It is not quite the same. Surprise. Why does it not sound like the same? It sounds not the same. Because it's different. That's a very good explanation. I like it. You know, sometimes you have to give yourself a compliment for extraordinary achievements. Okay, I'm talking smack. Hey guys, I wish you a blessed evening. Just groove it, stay funky. I hope I didn't rant too much. I'll try to cut down on the cursing and do more and better music. Love you all. Stay healthy, take care of yourself and your loved ones. And also anyone, if it's in your capacity. May the muse be with you. Happy creating, happy practice. Peace. Catch you tomorrow, I guess.